Hi, I'm Theo.
And I'm Isaac.
And the play we are pitching is called Tilted Surfaces. So, to rekindle their romance, a polyamorous couple rewrite themselves into Greek myths. Tilted Surfaces is an absurdist drama revolving around the relationship between Erin, Devon, and Avery, a polyamorous couple. So, Erin, Devon, and Avery have been in a relationship for a year and are beginning to find cracks within. They choose to go see a therapist about their issues, and this therapist gets them to rewrite romantic Greek myths with 3 characters rather than 2. After rewriting the myths of Pyramus and Thisbe, Icarus, Helen and Paris, and Hades and Persephone, they choose to write their own myth. However, throughout this process, they learn what it means to be there for people, and divisions arise between the 3. The cracks between them are brought to the forefront of the myths, which are broken down to understand how we are able to love one another. It is a play about how we love, how we learn to love, and how we show love. It is about heartbreak and accepting that not everyone can allow themselves to be loved and that not everything can work. It is about what is lost and how things end.
So the characters are Erin, Devon, Avery, and Lennox. Erin is quiet, innocent, and is unable to articulate themselves properly, but always knows what they want. Is still deeply affected by the separation of their parents when they were young, worrying about repeating mistakes. Erin is the one who noticed the cracks within the 3 of them and asked to seek therapy, leading to the rewriting of the myths. Devon is a little bit silly, head in the clouds, never sees any of the subtle hints sent their way. Undeniably the most passionate of the 3, definitely the more affectionate towards Erin, but more intellectually compatible with Avery, and is defensive of the other 2. Avery is stern, doesn't want to be there, and not very emotional. Undeniably in love with Devon, but never shows it. Regrettably reached out to the therapist and has a comfortable rapport with them throughout the progression of the myths. Is definitely a lot calmer than they give off and gives little about themselves away in the conversation. Lennox is a therapist that they reached out to and is definitely working their way through things as they go along. They are unsure about how things are going and are confused about the direction the others take things most of the time.
So we believe our show is right for Fringe, as the show explores popular old myths that everyone is familiar with, but puts an intriguing new twist on them which questions how people are able to love one another. We're going to promote it as an interesting adaptation of the old, with these myths being rewritten and explored. We are in a small cultural shift right now when it comes to identifying and exploring how we love each other away from monogamy, and it is explored in this shift. This play also works towards destigmatizing therapy, which we believe is fundamental for our generation. Finally, we create multiple different worlds in this play, with those being all very different and portrayed very vividly. And this is how we are going to sell our show on the mile.
The show is 45 minutes long and has a cast of 4. There are 5 different worlds created within this piece, going back and forth between the real world and the ones they create. This will be aided by tech, with lighting and sound creating these worlds, and leaned into with costume. We think we can very clearly define these different locations with the lighting, and the intimacy of the venue will help us a lot.
And thank you for listening to our pitch.